Hello. Welcome to our first live. Welcome to our. Let me figure out how to share this. Copy link. Hello. I'm trying to figure out how to find the comments on the live. Your channel live. Okay, I think I found it. Let me know if everything sounds okay. If you guys are able to comment. I just had to send the text out real quick. And I thought that I had everything I needed. I lost my duct tape. Hello, everybody. So there's going to be a little bit of learning curve. This is our first live on YouTube. So say hello when you get here if it allows you to, which I hope it does. Oh, I see Nicole. She said hello. Hello, Nicole. Hello, Nanette. How are you? So I am using StreamYard. So in a minute, I'll put up my work zone. Hold on. Okay. The sound probably just changed. In a minute, I will put up my work area and shrink myself down just a little bit. So you can see we're going to use an airbrush. We're going to make a tumbler. I'm really excited about this idea. I tested it out yesterday and it worked out. So hello, Dorothy and Debbie and Carol and Debbie again and Michelle. And I don't know who New Enough 09 is. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Moonlight. So I've got this really cool idea. We have our tumbler. I already prepped it, spray painted it black, and I have some vinyl cutouts. So that if you watched Mikey's live the other night, it's going to be the same phrase. The bravest thing you can be is yourself. But we're going to airbrush it. And then I also have little sunflowers that I'm thinking about putting around the cup also. Hello, Tiffany and Teresa and Claudia and Carol and Jennifer and Linda. Hello, Renee. So I'm excited about this. Like I said, this is our first YouTube. So hopefully it goes over well. If it does, I plan on doing more. So I guess we can just get started. Hello, Lynn. All right, so we're going to switch it back to this. Now, I do have a cardboard surface kind of raised up so y'all can see what I'm doing because I can't hold the airbrush facing all the way down because it won't work out too well for us that way. Because I'm switching ink so much, I will not be putting the cap on the airbrush, but this will help prevent like all the ink from spraying everywhere else. I can kind of keep it controlled here just a little bit. I'm going to turn you guys since I'm going to be over here. Hello, Connie. Hello, Joanne. I don't know if I said hello to Lorraine and Renee and Lynn yet, but hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming over today. So this is an airbrush. I got this at our convention. This is a portable airbrush. So when I turn it on, it starts blowing the air. This trigger releases the inks that I put in here. It's really neat. I don't have to have a compressor because I have this little thing right here. So you will see me over here working. There's normally a cap on this piece right here, but because I'm going to be switching ink so quickly, I figured we probably shouldn't do the cap. I am going to go ahead and tape this one up here also so I can get it sprayed at the same time, just so we don't have to backtrack and do it again. So let me actually adjust this just a little bit. Hello, Louise and Betty and Kim and Angela. So we are going to do the rainbow colors, and right here I do have a red, orange, yellow, blue, green, and purple or violet. And I'll show you real quick. So I'm going to be spraying these two, but we're actually not going to be using these two because it does have to dry for a while. So I actually did pre-spray a bunch that we're going to use, but I wanted you all to see the process of how I got that result. Thanks, Lorraine. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the red. So, oh, that's orange. That's not red. But actually, let me take the caps off and put them in order so that way I don't have to think about it. And then I have my turner, which once we get to the point of putting it on the turner, I will turn the camera so we can see that better. Thank you, Betty. All right. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put a couple drops of red in here. We're going to do a little more than I normally do since we're doing both pieces. And then I turn it on. I give a little test spray over there, and then we're just going to... Oh, well, that's why I shouldn't put that much. And then I would normally just come down here and kind of get a couple. I'm still going to spray it even though it's dripping. Like I said, we have the other one that we're going to be using, so I want that to be a little bit darker up here. All right, and then when I need to change colors... Oh, was it blocking the whole video? So I am taking just a rag and I'm clearing out that red, and then I am going to turn it on and give it another little spray because there could be some left in the nozzle. It was actually really nice here today, guys. The high was 72. It felt wonderful. Tomorrow I think it's a little hotter, and then Monday it goes in the 80s, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and so on, we're in the 90s. All right, so now I got yellow in here. Or not yellow, orange. Give it a little spray. The orange is really nice. It's a different brand than the red. It's a lot bolder, as you can see. And I think that looks pretty good for the orange. So I did put a little too much in here, but it's fine. Oh, I got you, Kim. Now, since I'm doing yellow next, and the red's a darker color, I am actually going to put just a little bit. Let me get a little spray out of here. I am going to put a little bit of rubbing alcohol in here because that's going to clear the line of the orange, because I don't want the yellow or the orange to overpower the yellow. So these are alcohol inks, Connie. So you can do, and I'm just letting the alcohol spray through. You can do, I forget what they're called. They're not pour acrylics. I think they're, I looked it up last night. So there is a special acrylic that you can buy that's really thin that works with airbrushing as well. All right, so I got the orange out. Now we're going to go to the yellow. So the two brands of alcohol inks that I am using, actually three brands. I'm using Marabou, which I also have like dipping inks or dipping paints for. I'm using Pinata. These ones are generally very bright, which I love. And then there's also the Ranger Tim Holtz brand alcohol inks, which you can find the Tim Holtz brands at Hobby Lobby and Michael's. Mikey may pop in here in a few minutes and say, hey, I'm not sure. He went to get his dinner because he has to go live later, so we couldn't wait. Hello, Wayna. Connie, I didn't either. This is my first time ever messing with airbrushing. Um, I I observed somebody at the convention airbrushing. I got an airbrush while I was there, and the part about it being on the vinyl, that was just an idea that sparked into my head because I've done it before with alcohol inks when I do wood grains. I don't know where that tumbler is, but I did a dark wood grain, and then I did a matte white vinyl with a lighter brown wood grain on it, and then I transferred that to the tumbler. Hello, Donna. Hello, Marissa. All right, so next we got the green. I'm not going to clean it out too much for the green because the green, this is actually pretty dark, pretty green. So it doesn't overpower the yellow, or the yellow won't overpower the green, should I say. I'm just clearing my line. You really got to make sure that you have a rag you don't really worry about if you're going to do this, because it's going to be a mess. Yeah, so I do wipe it out, but if you can see in there, so I wiped out the green, but it's still got the green tint because alcohol ink actually dries very quickly. Um, oh, you talking? Oh, you're talking about down below. I could have, yes, where it splattered, but it would still leave kind of a streak. But since I already have a whole nother set of them already ready to go, um, I'm not too worried about it. This blue is a really dark blue. I didn't have a lighter blue, unfortunately. The lighter blues that I had were kind of like aqua-ish, and I wasn't feeling them very much. It almost has a violet tint to it, but it's blue. And I'm not sure the price on these airbrushes, to be honest. I'm pretty sure you can get a setup like this on Amazon for like $50 or less. Um, After my live tonight, I'll try to remember to go see if I can find one similar to this. And if it is, I'll put it in our Amazon list, and then I'll post the list in Mikey's live later. And now we're going to do the purple. And then since that's the last color I'm airbrushing, I am now... I know, Lynn. I was like, I don't know if they can chat, but now I am going to run alcohol through it just to clear it out, because you don't want to leave that in there and dry because you don't want to mess up your airbrush. So I am spraying a little bit out to clear it, and then I'm going to clean it out on the inside. Do you, Louise? And the great thing about alcohol inks, if you ever need to reactivate them, um, okay, if you ever need to reactivate them, it just takes rubbing alcohol. So like if you say you had a white tumbler and you had put alcohol inks on it, but you didn't like the way something looks, you could spray alcohol ink on, or alcohol rubbing alcohol on it, and it's going to reactivate the ink, and you can wipe it off. So it's really cool. So this is the finished product of these. Like I said, this drip wasn't supposed to happen. If I really wanted to, I could still use these 7, but I already have a full sheet of the 9 already painted and ready to go, and I already have one of these painted and ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and just put this piece of cardboard to the side. Hello, Summer. Summer, you missed it. I mean, you're not going to miss the final thing, but you missed the good stuff. Oh, transfer tape. That was, I was like, before I started, I was like, there's something I forgot to grab. But it's right here. And scissors, which should also be right here. So, like I said, here's the 2 I got. Now you can see I did have a little smudge that happened yesterday, and you can kind of see that variation in the red right up here, but I still think it looks good, so we're going to go with it. Oh, got you, Summer. All right, so I'm going to scoop my inks back. We're going to grab our transfer tape. Let me try to, you guys aren't in the camera. Let me try to angle this down just a little bit. Okay. I do have more transfer tape, but the other roll of transfer tape I have is like really strong, so I didn't really want to mess with that today. Hello, Cindy. I know, I'm so excited so many of you showed up. Thank you so much. And then we're just going to put this on our design and push down. And I had gotten a brand new scraper from Caesar, but I have no idea where it went. It's probably in my bag of goodies from the convention, because Mikey still has to show you guys that. So I'm just going to take the back of my scissors and kind of rub it real quick to make sure that my vinyl gets nice and stuck to that. Boy, Antoinette, so I don't know if you saw the airbrushing. I taped them to this cardboard so it didn't get all over the table. But if alcohol ink does get on the table, you just need a little bit of rubbing alcohol, squirt it on there, and it'll wipe all right up. Summer, that ain't happening. So some of the color is coming off onto the transfer tape from the backing, and that's fine, because it's not going, that part's not going to transfer to the cup because there's no adhesive on it. So you can see some of that outer ring came off, but that's fine. So here's what our design looks like without the backing. And I'm going to try to center it and have it as straight as possible. So to be honest, the other night, this was the kind of ombre that I was telling Mikey that I wanted him to do. Now, I can tell you right now, the blue is a little hard to read, but I'm hoping that with the epoxy that'll brighten it up a little bit. We're going to peel it off. Oh, some of my letters did not stick like they're supposed to. Stay down. And just a little bit of color came off with the transfer tape. You can see it happening right there, but I actually think it looks kind of neat. It kind of gives it a little bit of vintage, or rustic type feel, in my opinion. So now I'm debating if I actually want to put some of these sunflowers on the back, which I think I'm going to. Probably not all 9 of them, because I think 9 might be a little overkill. And I probably should have looked at the placement of them before I cut them, because some of them are super close together. I'm trying to find the ones that kind of have a good variation of the different colors throughout them. Oh, Mikey must be home. Sorry, you can't really see him cutting. I'm just trying to cut around. So I'm thinking maybe 4 or 5 of them around. We'll do another. We'll do another one of the dark ones. So these aren't going to have any. Hello. Wait, did Louise say something? Oh, love you too all. Well, that's true, Louise. Hello, Miss Janet. Hello, Brenda. So these we're not going to do any rhyme or reason. We're just going to kind of. I'm going to use the same transfer tape. Kind of just scatter them in the dark space around the tumbler. Let's pull from this side. Yeah. Make sure we get all of our petals. Let's see. What next? Which one next? Hello, Barbara. Well, Antoinette, I'm also using a different program called StreamYard. So that way I can have 2 cameras going at once. And as you know, as I do more of these, I'll probably find different setups. Because I do use StreamYard in my Cricut group on Facebook as well. Because in my Cricut group I have to share a screen. I need them to see the project I'm working on. I need them to see me. So the Cricut group, it's usually like 2, sometimes 3 cameras going. Which one didn't I do yet? Oh, red and orange. Thanks, Antoinette. Well, Holly, I think I'd rather be in the pool. Actually, today was a nice day outside, but I'm a little jealous of the pool. Oh no. Hold on. All right, that one's, I'm gonna have to cut a different one for that because I got a fingerprint on the back of it and I don't want the vinyl to come up once we put the epoxy on it. So let me just cut out a different one. And that's why I cut 9 of them. Antoinette, the Cricut class is my subscription group on Facebook. That one's $10 a month, and we get usually it's about average is 2 lives a month. Um, I do have a makeup. Well, yeah, I do have a makeup live that I have to do, but it's just been a weird time, like timing, with like the weekend I do a live, then the next weekend we were out of town, and then this weekend was Father's Day, so I had to skip this weekend too because I didn't want anybody to take away from celebrating anybody if they had them. Um, so I will be doing a class next weekend. I just gotta post what we're doing. And I do mine on the weekends because generally people are able to sit down and actually enjoy it versus after a day of work and things like that. Come on, Leaf. Don't come up on me. This one leaf does not want to stay down. I keep saying leaf, but I mean petal. Let's put you here. So I think that those three are kind of nice. I probably should have had this one come over just a little bit, but I am going to be adding something else to the epoxy when we put it on the turner. So what do y'all think? I think that that's pretty good with those three. Or do you think I need to put like a fourth one right here in the middle? Summer, I can't really. All I can do is push my camera down. There is a lot of critical concentration when it comes to tumblers. Let me go ahead and throw these away real quick. Okay. So I am going to slip this on my turner. In a few minutes, I will turn the camera so we can see the turner. But for the moment, I'm going to start measuring some epoxy. I am going to put on a mask, safety first. Right, Holly? I normally do the odd numbers too. So my voice will get a little muffled, but I'll still talk to you guys through it. But because of epoxy does give off some fumes, they're not good for you. You should wear PPE. This is an RZ mask. It does have an organic vapor filter in it. So oh, it didn't stay. Probably because I was trying to put the straps on wrong. All right, so y'all can hear my voice is a little muffled, but that's fine. I have my epoxy right here. It does not take much epoxy at all. I have my stir sticks. Oh. So I love these silicone stir sticks. When epoxy dries, it just pops right off. And they're longer. I used to have shorter ones, but they weren't that good. So this is a two-part epoxy. So I have these labeled. I made these on my Cricut. So FS stands for fast set. So this epoxy right here will dry to touch in about 2 hours. I usually use it for my first coat on a tumbler, and then my final coat is always going to be um, like it's called an artist resin medium viscosity. It's got an 8-hour cure time or dry time, should I say? And then I'm gonna add some Twinkle by the glitter guy to the epoxy to make this tumbler sparkle. All right, so this is going to be critical concentration for a moment because I got to equal parts. And I'm trying to use 5 milliliters of each part, so it's going to be 10 milliliters total once mixed together. That should be about equal. Let me give it a second to rest. I'm grabbing some gloves real quick. I'll be right back. What happened? Am I still here? Can y'all still see me? I'm coming back if y'all can, if I disappeared. Okay. My desktop went away for a second, so I'm letting it reload. Yeah, so the work side's still connecting. I'm trying to get my desktop side to reconnect. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Oh, mute that. Okay, so, all right, my right side needs a little bit more. These measurements have to be fairly accurate for the epoxy to cure correctly. And now it looks good. So normally, if I was doing more than this, I would transfer it into a larger cup. But because this is such a small amount, I am going to keep it in a small cup. I try to get as much as I can. And then I'm going to slowly, because you want to try to not get as many air pockets as possible in it. Something got in there. I think it's a piece of glitter. After I mix it, I'll have to try to get that out. I don't know what it is. And fast that you don't have a good work time. You only have about 10 minutes, so you got to kind of stir it quickly without getting a bunch of air bubbles, and then get it on the tumbler because it will start to set pretty quickly. Some people have luck doing the weight summer, but a lot of people that have tried it, they just said it doesn't work for them. So I get the medicine cups. I forget what website I got them from, to be honest, but it was a crap ton of medicine cups, so it works out for me. Now, before I finish mixing it, I am going to add in some of this twinkle. This twinkle is an extremely fine glitter, so it does not take very much at all. And it's going to make our whole cup sparkle. All right. Normally with regular epoxy, I'd have to keep mixing it until the cloudiness goes away, but with this epoxy, like I said, it's more temperamental. So we got to just get it when we can. I'm using the Counterculture DIY fast set. Why? All right, we're gonna move here. Hopefully you can see. Okay. I know the work view is working still. I'm just trying to get you situated. So here's my tumbler on my turner. I don't know what's going on with my laptop. It doesn't want to stay connected. I think something's going on with the Wi-Fi lately since that storm last week. So I think that's what's happening. So I got this on here. It is held on by foam, like you can see kind of on these two. Each one has its own switch, and it's just going to spin as it goes. I'm going to move my silicone mat over just a little bit. So if any epoxy does fall, it'll fall on here, and it just cleans off super easy. My laptop is loading again, so I'm trying to give it a second. All right, I'm back. Oh, is Mikey on here commenting? All right, so I've got my epoxy ready to go. And I'm just going to start smoothing it over the tumbler. I do see that piece that's in the epoxy that I need to avoid, so I'm trying not to get it on here. And like I said, this is the first coat. There will be at least one more coat of epoxy on this tumbler. So this one's probably going to be a little bit thinner, and that's fine. Some people will just rub their whole hand over the tumbler. I'm very I like to just use one finger. I'll get back to the comments in just a moment to you guys. Make sure that we get the bottom. And then I kind of just let it go for a minute. Like, I keep doing this because I'm just trying to make sure that every spot gets covered. Sometimes epoxy will, or the tumblers will reject the epoxy a little bit, and that's called a fisheye. But that can be fixed on the second layer. because epoxy is self-leveling. I don't know if y'all can see the sparkle on the camera, but it's beautiful. I don't add my logo to the bottom. Some epoxy does not smell. This one really doesn't smell, but I did notice when I was not wearing this, I will occasionally get a headache from it. So you should be wearing a mask when you're messing with the epoxy before it cures. The one part that I dislike the most is, there's dust and fibers in the air. I'll see it hit the epoxy, and I hate it. I do plan on building something to put over this, so during the drying process, bugs can't land on it, things like that. And then the last step is torching it. So we do torch it to pop any air bubbles, and it's just going to be quick passes. The kitchen torches do work, but the propane has a higher heat burst when it first starts up. So that's why I go with the propane, the big one. Awesome, Tawny. Yeah, it's hard to see the sparkle on the camera. On the live, you can see it just a little bit, but I'll be able to get a better picture of it once it dries for you guys. Hello, Jane. So for this one, I spray painted. So I sand the naked tumbler. I have one out somewhere. So my tumblers come stainless steel. I sanded it. I sprayed it with a matte black paint or white or whatever color base you want to do. And then you got to let that dry for a little bit. And then you just do the process we did today. But I do have black and white pop of color paints coming in because they can be used as a base coat as well. So I do plan on doing one of those live to kind of show how that works. Antoinette, this one will be dry to touch in about 2 hours, and I can turn it off. The normal epoxy that I have to use for the final coat takes about 8 hours, so it's got to spin. Yeah, Cheryl, this is my first one doing on here. Do we have any other questions? It was pretty quick today, but I had a lot of things already planned out and ready to go. And I do plan on doing other tumblers, other types of tumblers on here as well live. So make sure that you do hit the subscribe button on here. It is free, so go ahead and do that. Yes. So normally what I would do, like say, let me see. Let me find one I have up here that's within reach. Okay, so this one, for example, this one's Mikey's. I never finished it yet, but it's a plaid tumbler. This took forever. I'll probably never do one again. So like when I do start selling the tumblers, I'll basically say put like this up for sale, and then okay, we're just gonna go from here because I think the Wi-Fi went out again. Stay up. So this one, like what I would basically say is, hey, this is for sale, and then you could customize it with a name or quote of your choice. I put it on there, put the final coat of epoxy on there, and then ship it to you. I am going to take this off now, though. Let's see. I've never tried the googly eye tumblers. Angie, I used matte white Oracle 651 vinyl. So that way the alcohol inks would actually stick to it versus kind of like repel it. No problem, Lynn. Wayna, you need to try it. My other video should be popping back up. So I don't know if I can. You could probably put the link to Facebook. I probably wouldn't download and re-upload the video because they've been really weird lately when it comes to, like, if I downloaded this and uploaded it on Facebook, like apparently they've been tracking down the people are sharing, or you know what I'm trying to say, like using the same video. So if we shared the link, people could watch it. But sharing as far as like the comp, like you guys sharing it, I don't know how unless you just copy the link and make a post in a group kind of thing. I haven't. So honestly, I used to watch a bunch of Tumbler makers on Facebook do their lives, and yeah, Angie, the sprayer was really cool. I did not know that was even a capability. Um, but honestly, a lot of people, I don't know if the group stopped letting people do lives or what's going on with it, but I haven't seen as many lives in the Tumblr groups as I used to. Yeah, so most of the tumblers will keep a hot beverage hot for 8 to 12 hours and a cold beverage hot for usually around 24 hours. It just all depends. Sometimes people get one with a bad seal and it won't hold up as well, but I haven't had any issues with the brand tumblers I use. Hello, Wendy. Yes, Barbara. I can customize a tumbler with names on it. I am gonna do another little quick because either that's dust that I'm seeing or air pocket. Okay. So they are fun. This is honestly the first tumbler I've probably done in about a year and a half. Well, no, I'd say probably a year. Remember the last one I did? You guys, if you looked at the channel in the last couple days, you saw the video of this one, and you really can't see. You can see the sparkle a little bit. So you'll see the same kind of sparkle on the one we just did when it's dry because I used the same glitter in the epoxy. So I plan on doing another one similar to this live, not like the same design, not the same words, but this is a brushed mica one. I want to play around with the airbrush more, and maybe put like a pattern of vinyl down and then airbrush the tumbler and then pull the vinyl up. I've got a lot of ideas that I want to do, and I'm kind of glad that I got that airbrush because I think that's what pushed me back into doing the tumblers. I have my entire glitter wall, so I'll definitely be doing some glitter tumblers as well. I've seen a couple different ones, Holly. I've seen the ice test, but that takes time. I've seen if you put like soap around the seals, see if any air bubbles come out, things like that. So I use Hog brand tumblers, HOGG. So yeah, and like I said, I will look on Amazon tonight and find one similar to the one that I got, and I'll add it to our Amazon affiliate shop. So during Mikey's live, I'll make sure that we post that because he will be going live tonight, which is one reason why I'm live earlier. So Kim, you could have Mike. There was a second Crafty Guys Co. that Mikey had made, not realizing I already had one made. So this is the one that we're going to be doing all the lives through. Yes, Summer. But I am going to hop off here. Mikey's got my dinner in the house. This was a lot of fun. This is definitely a good learning experience. So next time it should be a little more seamless than it was this time. It really was it went pretty well this time, except for my laptop kept losing the Wi-Fi signal. And we're just going to let this spin. And if it's dry by the time Mikey goes live, or if it's dry to the touch when Mikey is live, I'll make sure to show you guys it on the live. So Yes, Wendy, it should save to the YouTube page. I gotta check that after I end the live. But thank you guys, and I'll see you soon on the main page when Mikey goes live. You know that I'm gonna pop in, so y'all have a good rest of your night. See you guys in a little bit. Bye.